So we are on NT.3, which does rhyme, and I didn't create it that way, is place value. Okay, for place value, there are two things that we're focusing on. The first of which is we see a number like this, and rather than say it's 5,108,345, we would actually say what the number is, which is 5,108,345. And there's a nice little trick to do that I'll show you in a bit. But before we start, I want to talk about what each individual place is in this number. So, right away, if this is the decimal point, which it is, this is the ones place, because there are 5 ones there. This is the tens place, and this is the hundredths. And this continues on all the way through. That makes that the 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and then million. Okay, and if you notice that these are all broken up into groups of 3. So when we look here, there are 3 numbers here. These are the millions. These groups are the thousands, and these are the hundreds. So what you do is when you're reading this number, it's like you're doing 3 individual parts. So this would be 5 million, because it's in the million spot. Then we're done with that part. Then it's 108,000. $345. So when you read the number, it's like you're reading 3 individual numbers. 5 million, let me get the pen on here. 5,108,345. Okay, and that all happens because these are the 1 spot, 10 spot, 100 spot, then 1,000 spot, 10,000 spot, 100,000 spot. Each of those groups of 3 are individually grouped. Now, if you go past million, then you get billion. Past billion, you get trillion, but it's the same idea that they break up into groups of 3. And if the numbers are there, you just simply read them. Okay, so for this one, same idea as what we had. We break them up into groups of 3. So this is 64,342,108. Okay, so if we had a question like this, first of all, you have to be able to say the number 64,342,108. But then I might ask a question like, what number is in the 1 millionth place? And you would look and you go, okay, this is the million spot, this is the 1 million spot, so the number would be 4. If I asked, what number is in the 10,000th place? You would go, well, this is 1,000, this is the 10,000, so it's 4. Okay, and it would go on like that. All right? So, if we get to decimal places, which make this a little bit trickier, but not terribly more difficult, we look at, if we know for decimals, we look at this and we say this is 1/10. 1/10. This is 1/100th. And this is 1,000th. And I always wondered why. Why do we call this 1/10, and not 1/100th here or whatever? Well, the reason is because 0.1 is the same thing as 1/10, which is 1/10. 0.01 is the same thing as 1/100, which is 1/100th. And 1.001 is the same thing as 1/1000, or 1,000th. So when we say that, that's why those numbers are there. So this is when we have decimal places. This is the 1/10th place. This is the 100th place. This is the 1,000th place with decimal places. That's why they're kind of one off, because they're put into fractions. Okay? So if we have 0.124, okay, for decimals, we'd have 1 in the 1/10th place, 2 in the 100th place, and 4 in the 1,000th place. I got to pause this real quick. So in order to read this top number, we would always look at the last decimal place. So this is the 1/10th, 100th, 1,000th place. So this is 124 thousandths. 124 thousandths. That's how you'd read the decimal. Okay, for this one, this is the 10,000th place. So this is 5,465 10,000ths. So that's a little bit tougher than regular numbers, but I just want more than anything for you to understand where each decimal place is. So the 10th place, 100th place, thousandth, 10,000ths. Okay, basically they're one off from the other side. So for the final test, I want you to try to read this number or write out what this number would be, and then I also want you to tell me three things. Okay? So what decimal place is in the, let's say, the tenths? So on the left side. What number is in the thousandth spot? And then what number is in the 1/10? So that's the decimal side. So what decimal are in each of those? So for this number, you would say it as 675,423,108 and 23 hundredths. Okay, for each decimal place in the 10 spot, that would be the 0 right here. The thousandth slot would be this 3 right here, and the 1/10 decimal place would be the 2 right there. All right, so the assignment's posted on the website. If you have any questions, please ask me.